In 2005, a former Nickelodeon employee leaked a Spongebob episode that was never meant to be seen. The footage was disturbing, and the ending, well, it was outright horrifying. This is the story of Red Mist, the lost Spongebob episode. The story begins when an anonymous Nickelodeon intern claimed to have found a lost episode in the studio archives. It was labeled Red Mist. He had never heard of or seen anything about this episode before, so he played the tape. The episode seemed to begin normally. SpongeBob was blowing bubbles and Patrick was laughing, but something was wrong. The film was glitchy and there was sudden stops in the animation. The colors were darker and the music was distorted. And then Squidward appeared. Squidward was in his house, sitting on his bed. His face was blank and his eyes were empty. Squidward was clearly not okay. Then the screen glitched. A deep, distorted voice whispered something that couldn't be understood. Squidward looked up, and for the first time in SpongeBob history, Squidward began to cry. These weren't normal cartoon tears. His eyes were bloodshot red, and the crying grew louder and louder and began to sound more human-like, more real. The camera cut to a black screen, then static and white noise began. A new scene was starting. Squidward was in his room, but something was different. The background was hyper-realistic, the kind of detail you'd never seen in a SpongeBob episode before. His eyes were empty, and his mouth twisted into something that looked like a scream. Then, out of nowhere, flashes of very realistic photos of missing children appeared for just a fraction of a second. A deep, distorted voice could be heard saying, do it, over and over again. The screen cut to black and a loud bang played over the speakers. Viewers who claimed to have seen the episode reported feeling very disturbed, like they were being watched. Some even said they had whispering coming from their screens. So, is Red Mist real? According to Nickelodeon, no, it's not real. But the origins of this story are still a mystery. Some claim it was an early episode idea that was scrapped, while others believe it's a twisted internet hoax. But here's where it gets even more strange. There have been reports of real lost Nickelodeon episodes that have never aired. Tons of users on Reddit claim to have seen these episodes for themselves. Could Red Mist have been based on something real? A Reddit user that goes by the name Cup Full of Sleep wrote, I was up one night really late in 2005. I think it was around 3 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep. I was watching TV and flipping through the channels when I landed on Nickelodeon. The SpongeBob theme song had just started, and I remember feeling so lucky because SpongeBob wasn't supposed to be on yet. What I seen next scarred me for life. Cup Full of Sleep then goes on to describe the terrifying story of Red Mist. He ended his post by saying, after the episode ended, I felt like someone was watching me. I was so scared I woke up my mom to tell her what I had just seen. She acted like I was crazy, but she let me sleep in her bed. I'll never forget how terrified I felt after seeing that episode. Whether or not this story from the Reddit user is true, the fear they described having is very common for someone who has claimed to seen the episode of Red Mist. Red Mist was posted as a creepypasta. Whether or not it's real, it is a very well-crafted story designed to spread online. But what makes it truly disturbing is how believable it is, and how many people stand behind it claiming to have seen the lost episode for themselves. The dark tone, the very realistic elements, it makes you wonder how many other lost episodes are out there waiting to be found. Thank you guys so much for 265 subscribers. I can't believe that this channel has grown so fast. It seems so unreal. If there's anything you'd like me to cover, please leave a comment down below. And if you have a very scary story of your own, please upload it at veryscarystoryrequest@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much.